Yo, what's good? What's good? Long time no see, long time no hear from. So let's get to it. Without further ado, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Because what I do through and through, just bring you the news with a twist. It's just my point of view. That's all it is. Yeah. Before I began on my semi-rant, I want to say R.I.P. to the king, Young Dolph. South Memphis finest. Castalia's own. Memphis lost a great one. The world lost a great one. I don't want to hear nothing but Young Dolph for the foreseeable future. If it ain't Young Dolph, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to lie and act like I'm the biggest Young Dolph fan. I really just got into his music. I mean, I listen to it when I'm working my car, working out or something. I listen to Young Dolph. Get me hype. Or if I'm just at work working on air conditioners. But yeah, like I said, R.I.P. Young Dolph. I'll make a video about that because, man, crazy. This is why I say, I mean, these people you call your friends, the people that you always have around you 24/7, 365, what's going to happen when it hit the fan? What's going to happen when that shit hit the fan? Where they going to be at? A motherfucker can tell you all day, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, whatever. But when shit get real, when it's time to show and prove, the opposite always happens. And that's fucked up. I hope they find out who did it. But then I'm gonna feel bad for, not for the people who did it, I'm gonna feel bad for the families of the people that did it. Because, I mean, if they allegedly shot up black youngsters' grandma's house, somebody's grandma's house, what that mean for the perpetrators of this crime and their families? That's crazy. But I'm here to talk about boxing. Cinnamon Alvarez. Now, there's a couple people in boxing I want to talk about. That I'm gonna stop talking about, period. And I'm gonna give you reasons why. And if you are a boxing fan, and not a man fan, a boxing fan, you can agree. I'm not saying you would agree to stop watching them, stop talking about them. You can agree on the points I'm about to make. First guy, Anthony Joshua. Love him or hate him. I'm done talking about this guy. I'm done even hearing about this dude. Because he did not give the world what the world wanted. The world wanted Wilder Joshua. I don't care what nobody said. Well, Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But why did Anthony Joshua give he gave Joseph Parker a shot. He gave Povetkin a known cheater shot. He gave Joyce a shot. He gave Andy Ruiz a shot. Even so, don't talk to Andy Ruiz shit like everybody knew he was gonna do that. He gave Andy Ruiz a shot. He was gonna give Jarrell Miller a shot. So why couldn't he give Deontay Wilder a shot? What did those dudes have over Deontay Wilder? I'm just asking the question. Whether you like Wilder or not, whether you like Joshua or not, what did those dudes that Anthony Joshua fought have over Deontay Wilder? And the reason why I say I don't want to speak on Joshua, and it's a little bit on Wilder too, but Wilder, he got his ass whooped by Fury, but more so on Joshua. My God, that would have been one of the biggest, highest grossing fights in history, possibly in history. It could have been possibly one of the biggest, highest grossing fights in history. You and Deontay Wilder. But for some reason, whether it's your management, whether it's Deontay Wilder's management, whether it's him, it didn't happen. And it's gonna be one of the biggest what ifs in the world. What if Joshua would have fought Wilder? Nobody knows. We can see Wilder can get out box. But is Anthony Joshua type boxer Tyson Fury is? I'm just saying. That's why I got Anthony Joshua right there. Next one, Saul Cinnamon Canelo Alvarez. Cinnamon Saul. I'll make a whole video about this dude. But Cinnamon Saul. You mean to tell me? People want to say, they want to bring up the names and clout chase the clout. I got a question for all these people. For every name you give me about Saul Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez. What was that person at that time that Canelo Alvarez fought them? See, that's what people fail to realize. You got to take shit into context. Okay, I got perfect context for Canelo Alvarez fans, if y'all understand what I'm saying. Well, Canelo Alvarez fought Floyd Mayweather. Because Floyd Mayweather dominated him so thoroughly. People want to say that Canelo Alvarez was too young at the time. Because Canelo Alvarez back then is not the Canelo Alvarez he is now. That's what people say. Okay? That's what Canelo Alvarez fans. So if you can understand that, why can't you understand that Sugar Shane won Sugar Shane when he fought Canelo? Cotto won Cotto when he fought Canelo. Floyd won Floyd when he fought Canelo. So if Floyd was Floyd when he fought Canelo, have mercy. But Floyd won Floyd when he fought Canelo. Kovalev won Prime Kovalev when he fought Canelo. So for all the names you want to give me, those dudes were washed up, done. And then I can give you 3 names that he would never fight. And he was in each one of these guys' weight classes. First at 154 pounds. Have you heard of a guy, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade? Have you heard of this guy? Whether you say what you want about his boxing style, say what you want about him putting butts in the seats, say what you want about all that. This is a sport of boxing. So is this about making money or getting the best fights? And if it's about making money, why did Canelo Alvarez choose those opponents he fought at 168? Those dudes don't have no name. Their name don't carry no weight like Demetrius Andrade. And Demetrius Andrade's name don't carry no weight. But his name carried way more weight than Caleb Plant, than Yildirim, than a Billy Joe Saunders. Now, if he would fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade and knocked out Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, that would be very impressive. No matter what you think about Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. And Andrade was at 154 and 160 with Canelo. Canelo was never undisputed in those weight classes. He only decided to get undisputed at 168. And interesting how he bypassing 175 altogether. To go straight to cruiserweight. So you want to fight Bivol or Berthabiev, you going straight to cruiserweight. Okay. Jermall Charlo the Hitman Charlo. Cinnabons don't want to fight him. He was at 154. He was at 160. Say what you want about Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo, he disappointed me too. He capping a lot lately because Benavidez called him out. He talked about Benavidez and he don't want that smoke, acting like he don't want that smoke. So, but Jermall Charlo, Jermall the Hitman Charlo. He is with that shit. Even though love him or hate him, you can say what you want. Is he or is he not one of the top fighters at 160 pounds. Is he or is he not? Name me the top 5 people. I'm talking to the haters. Haters of Jermall Charlo. Haters. People say they're objective, but haters of Jermall Charlo. Name me 5 guys at 160 better than Jermall Charlo. Give me 5. You cannot, because there are not 5 guys better than Jermall Charlo. When he was at 154, you couldn't give me 5 guys better than him at 154. I say that to say this: he was in both weight classes with Canelo Alvarez, so he was top in both weight classes, top 5 in both weight classes at one point in time. But somehow or another, Canelo Alvarez never fought this man. Charlo was the mandatory for the 160 WBC belt. Canelo Alvarez was the first French fries champion. The first one. Let's not get it twisted. Canelo Alvarez was the first French fries champion. Because he won't fight Jermall Charlo. And then, here we go, my man, David Benavidez. Whew. Now, I'm not saying David Benavidez is motherfucking Roy Jones or James Toney or some great at 168 or some great fighter, period. I'm not saying that about David Benavidez. Not at all. Not at all. What I'm saying is, even for the haters of David Benavidez, I'm not talking about the objective boxing fans. I'm talking about the haters. Even the Canelo Alvarez fanboys. Even the haters of David Benavidez. You cannot tell me this guy is not one of the top guys at 168 pounds. You cannot tell me. Name me guys better than David Benavidez at 168. You think Billy Joe Saunders could beat David Benavidez at 168? Most people say no. Do you think Caleb Plant will beat David Benavidez at 168? What about Callum Smith? What about Rocky Fielding? Those are the dudes, not Callum Smith. What about Rocky Fielding? Callum Smith back at 154. But what about Rocky Fielding? What dude at 168 that Canelo fought do you think could beat David Benavidez? People might say, well, maybe Plant. Hey. Okay. But why won't Canelo fight David Benavidez? Now all of a sudden he don't want to fight Mexican fighters? What great Mexican fighters ever said that? That's why the great Mexican OGs have never embraced this dude. Never. De La Hoya tried because De La Hoya sees how the OG Mexicans did him. They did him the same way they did Canelo. They doing Canelo. And De La Hoya felt some type of way about that shit. So De La Hoya said, man, I got you. But De La Hoya don't even fuck with him. Or Canelo don't even fuck with De La Hoya. However that shit went, they don't fuck with each other no more. Now, Oscar, even though they're similar, Canelo's way worse than Oscar De La Hoya. I have never heard. You can say what you want about him running from Trinidad the last 6 rounds, even though I think he would have dominated him if he would just kept doing what he was doing. But you can say what you want about him falling down to Hopkins with the body shot. You can say what you want about all that. You can say what you want about him getting knocked out by Pacquiao. What I'm saying is, Oscar De La Hoya ain't ducked nobody. Never. Ducked no smoke from nobody. Anybody want to smoke Oscar De La Hoya? Oscar De La Hoya gave him them hands. Anybody. Unless I'm mistaken. I can't name too many people that said they want Oscar De La Hoya, was talking shit about Oscar De La Hoya that was in his weight class or around his weight class that he's getting the ring with. I mean, I'm just saying. And I don't know too many dudes that want the best in their division. They ain't getting the ring with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar got in there with some of the best of the best at his time. He did. But Cinnabons ain't did that. He ain't did it. Now, if you want to go names as far as historical content, okay, yeah, he got in there with some of the best names. Yes, Sugar Shane Moses a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he got in there with Sugar Shane Moses. Yes, Miguel Cotto's a Hall of Famer. He got in there with Miguel Cotto. Yes, Floyd Mayweather's pound for pound one of the 10 greatest fighters to ever live. Yes, he got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Yes, 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 yes. But what were those guys during that time? So why don't Saddam Ali get the same credit for being Cotto that Canelo Alvarez got? Saddam Ali knocked Cotto out, I think. He stopped him. Only 3 fights out of Canelo. 2 or 3 fights out of Canelo. So why don't Saddam Ali get the same credit that Canelo got? Floyd didn't get credit for dominating Cotto. Floyd dominated Cotto. Floyd didn't get any credit. But Canelo got credit for Cotto. What? But Canelo won't fight Charlo, Andrade, and now Benavidez. And people always give him a reason, always give him a excuse, always give him an out. Why? This person, he ain't sold nothing. He ain't beat nobody. Is he the top in the division? I'm asking the question. Why do people get to the top of the rankings? Why do you get to the top of the rankings? You get to the top of the rankings to get a shot at the champ. That's the only way you get a shot at the champ and get to the top of the rankings. So what's the point of what's the point of being on top of the rankings if you're not gonna fight a champion or the champion or the dude that everybody think is the champion? What's the point of getting top of the rankings? And then furthermore, how did that dude become the champion? How did that dude become the dude if he ain't fought nobody in the top of the rankings? These are questions that we need to ask if we're gonna be objective about this shit. Cinnabons. I'm done talking about them. Like I said, I'll make a whole video about it, even though I just went on about what? They have near 12 minutes? Oh shit. That dude got a problem with that dude. Really. Now, and Gervonta Tank Davis. I mean, this dude could be arguably pound for pound, considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world, arguably. Because he could have fought Gary Russell. Just imagine this. Just imagine if he would have beat Gary Russell, beat Jojo Diaz, beat Tevin Farmer, beat Vasily Lomachenko, unified at 130, went up to 35, beat Devin Haney, beat Teofimo Lopez, beat the best of the best at 35, now is at 140. Now, if he had all that on his resume, and he could have had all that on his resume up to by now at this point, you mean do you think that he would be considered the number 1 pound fighter in the world? His resume would be better than anybody's, other than Pacquiao's, and as far as names, his resume would be better than anybody's, other than Pacquiao's, even better than Cinnamon's resume. But if you want to take into account the names and historical names, okay, Cinnamon's resume will be better than his. But those dudes weren't those dudes when Cinnamon fought him, like I explained before. But Gervonta Tank Davis will have one of the best, if not the best, resumes out if he would have took out the guys at 130 and 135. He could have had Lomachenko, but he let Teofimo Lopez get that. He could have got Gary Russell. He could have got all these dudes. But he didn't. He got Pedraza. He got what's the other guy name? Pedraza. What's the guy? What's the guy at like it's on the tip of my tongue. At 135, when everybody thought he was gonna fight Lomachenko. I can see his face. Cuban. Just forgive me. I'm smoking. Cuban guy. Bud Crawford beat him. He fought the Cuban guy at 35. And Dana lost. I mean, yeah. He got a tough fight. And dude was on one leg. He was 37 years old. But yeah, just for those reasons. I don't want to talk about Tank Davis. I ain't gonna say fuck Tank Davis because I don't know him personally. But as far as a boxing fan goes, I don't want to talk about this dude. Canelo Alvarez, I don't want to talk about this dude. Anthony Johnson, I don't want to talk about this dude. A lot of these boxing fans are like battered females. Got battered wife syndrome. Y'all used to being mistreated. See, this is why I ain't been talking about boxing, because I ain't been paying attention to it. I really don't care about it. Other than tonight. Tonight, I forgot about it, but I want to see this fight. I know what the outcome's going to be, but I want to see this fight. I want to see this fight. Now, for all the people that want to say that my guy, Terrence Bud Crawford, who's pound for pound #1 in the world, still pound for pound. Canelo ain't did nothing to take the pound for pound crown from him. Not to me. Ducking Charlos, Benavidez, and Andrade just to fight Plant and them weak dudes in 168, that should drop him down to #5. To me. I mean, it's his best he could be is 5. But Terrence Bud Crawford and Showtime Shawn Porter. It took Terrence Bud Crawford damn near 5 years to get Showtime Shawn Porter in the ring. I want y'all to think about that. It took Terrence Bud Crawford 5 years to get Shawn Porter in the ring, not the other way around. 5 years. And that's just Shawn Porter. He still can't get Keith Thurman. Still might not get Earl Spence. Jermell Charlo trying to talk some shit, but Jermell Charlo don't want that smoke. Everybody's going to be paying attention to this fight. I'm going to buy it. I don't care what nobody say. They're not pay-per-view. I don't care. I'm going to buy it. Because I want to see if my guy still got it. Now, as far as athletically, as far as reflex and skill-wise and all that, I think being that he's 34, 35-ish, his skills, as far as speed, should slip. But as far as his thinking, now, this where they get the beautiful blend. Well, some of them, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Ali. You know, some dudes, like a James Toney, like a Hopkins, where they put it all together, you know what I'm saying, and take off. Now, or he could be like a Roy. But Roy wasn't sound. Well, he was just, his athleticism was just so much. That's what made up for it. So is Bud just so athletic? But we gonna see. I think Bud Crawford should drop Showtime Shawn Porter. I hope it's not a unanimous decision, because if it is, the haters gonna hate. I need Terrence Bud Crawford to demolish Showtime Shawn Porter. That's what I need. And if he does that, Spence still won't fight him. Is Spence even gonna be at the fight? Is he even gonna be at the fight? We got to call it for what it is. I'm just venting, freestyling, top of my head. I wanted to talk about some structure shit, but it's been a minute. But we finna get ready to order this Terrence Bud Crawford fight. Get my Don Julio, so I can make me some daiquiris, so I can watch T-Bud put them hands on this boy. Who y'all got? But I'm finna go in the house, walk these dogs. I'm gonna get with y'all later.